be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. And he completes it to Westbrook. A first down there on a pickup of 25. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
Fournette, a first down carry. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
But when you call back-to-back plays that gain that type of yardage, you fall into a nice, easy rhythm as a play caller, and you gain some confidence early, too.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. On the tackle that time, Bruce Irvin.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Minshew. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. Minshew throwing on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Just a spectacular afternoon for football here in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina as EA Sports welcomes you inside Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Just a moment ago, the lights, the cameras, the action, all the pyrotechnics, everything was ablaze, everything was allowed here in Bank of America Stadium as Carolina emerged from their tunnel. And we are ready to go as the Panthers get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Set, ready? 60 or.
Minshew, 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. Forced out to his left. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Right about 20 yards on the... Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
18, Gator. 54. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. Flush to his right. The open man is Westbrook. A Jacksonville 1st down on a pickup of 17. A little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, tried to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. Now Minshew on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw it, Minshew. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Now Fournette. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Minshew sets to throw. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. D.D. Westbrook, his 6th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes the score 7-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A first carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
That QB's trash. Let's go.
To throw is Newton. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, Newton. And he finds a man. It's Olsen.
Yeah, Greg Olsen's back for his 13th NFL season. The last 9 have been in a Panthers uniform. Only 9 games for him a year ago, 7 the season before due to injuries. But when healthy, a 1,000-yard receiver in 2014, 15, and 16.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now it's Newton. He'll buy some time right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Keep bringing the balls that way on the tackle. Brings up 3rd down.
We're set. We're set, ready? Watch the out. Watch. Gun. Great. Express! He's mine. 58, right over. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
3rd and long, it's Newton. He's going to look deep for more. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Jags with a football to begin the 2nd quarter. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
At the 50-yard line.
On the ready.
59. Mike's 59.
Hey, Haywood.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
44 is the mic. 40. Check. Hey, we're pretty quiet.
Here it goes.
From the gun, here's Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcel Darius flies in at 331 pounds for the sack. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get, because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double teamed and sometimes triple teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, this is a guy who is already among an elite group of kickers that have hit from 60-plus in an NFL game, but that's a tough ask to try and get him to produce another one here.
You're exactly right. It's elite group for a reason, isn't it? No small feat for him to hit it from that distance. This one doesn't go through. I always marvel at those guys because it's the same approach every time, the same smoothness when they swing their leg. Doesn't look like they're putting anything extra even when they're kicking it for 60-plus.
Check. Watch 54. Watch twist.
Ready.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Now Leonard Fournette, and he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. Fournette running right. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Now Minshew. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
No gain on the play there, second down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
On 3rd down, Newton. That's going to be caught by Samuel. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They opt to go for it, and they get it. 1st and goal after a pickup of 5. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
A gain of 3. Brings up 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey, and a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
It's now 3rd and goal.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. McCaffrey. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the 1st half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. A big hitter to start the drive has them up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Telvin Smith, he was 3rd in the AFC in tackling a year ago, there to bring him down.
At the 46-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. The shotgun snap for Newton. Open man is Samuel, complete. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
We got 3. We got 3. 3 down. 3 down.
Great.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50. It's a party now. Zoom. 49.
Great. Let's go.
Just beating the play clock is Newton. Flushed out right. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. Then he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. It was Eric Reed in on the stop.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. They'll run it again with Fournette. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down.
Hey, Jet.
They'll toss it to Fournette. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way to get it done.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. Then he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Here's Minshew. Rolling to his right. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
The kick by Lambeau is good, and they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Let's go.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still is not really... And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Minshew. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll give Fournette another crack. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. He'll look to throw, escaping the pressure right. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Newton, meanwhile, here connecting with McCaffrey. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Newton now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Calais Campbell fighting his way home for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
44 is the mic. 44 is the mic. 3 buzz.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Newton. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
Check, check. Lucky.
General West. Fire.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He sets to fire. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther 1st down. Now a 1st down throw for Newton. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Newton. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. The Panthers going for it on 4th. Newton. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 14 yards, good for a Panther 1st down. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Newton now to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. 20, 10, 5. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40.
At their own 38-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
At the 45-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Flush to his right. And he's got a man on the crossing route. That's more. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Gain of 9 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Ready?
Boy, the run on first down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 6 there on the first down play. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought.